is our stand.
The perimeters we find are the more and more heterogeneous and complex, and we have the more and more data to be analyzed. So the traditional way, so basically the purpose and the fil rouge is defend against complexity. Even if an operator has to protect a Minister of Defense is presenting what does it mean. Basically, the basic system is artificial intelligence to calculate dynamically business continuity or for defense mission continuity. So thanks to artificial intelligence, we suggest the operator what to do.
The presidential principle that you have put as a basis for programming.
The department has been attacked the logical network in just 1 view.
What is specific of this product is the virtualization of.
Tomorrow you will bring as well the data to be taken. We will define it.
Italiano.
Of Cybertech Europe. I'm proud to present it for the fourth time. Speakers today, we have also industry giants talking. We have Alessandro Profumo, of course, who is the CEO of Leonardo, but we have seen also Europe, second day of life, some initiatives. Armén Sարգsyan, President of the Republic of Armenia, and he will talk us about Armenia as an emerging regional center for cyber development and an attractive location for investment. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Barbara. I was asked to speak about Armenia as one of the best places to look for developing mathematical modeling, artificial intelligence, and also, of course, cybersecurity and any science technology related to Armenia. But I was also asked to speak about my upcoming book, which is named The Quantum Behavior of Global Risks. I'm former professor of theoretical physics and relativistic astrophysics, but quantum behavior of global risk is not about quantum mechanics or quantum computing. It's living a life of a scientist and businessman and then a politician. I realize now that we're living a huge change, historic change. I think this world that we're living today is completely different than we lived 10, 15, 30 years ago. And it's not just we are living in the 2000 and beyond, but the changes that have accumulated during the last 100 years are making our life completely different. But when I heard some of the colleagues here speaking about fascinating issues related to cybersecurity, I decided that probably I will not speak about the book. The book will come out and you will find what my ideas were. And there was ideas that when analyzing the behavior of humans on this planet, in 20th century, when we are all interconnected, when we act with the speed of light, when a lot of things are behaving not classically, and a lot of things we don't understand, because we are trying to look at the new world with the eyeglasses of the old world, the classical world, then probably you will judge my ideas interesting, innovative, or not. Listening to colleagues here, I would like to think that maybe I will make a couple of comments and we'll title it Reflection, because it is just reflecting what I heard here. Because when I heard several speakers speaking about trust. So these are people who are in solid science, technology, digital programming, and they speak about an emotional thing, trust. Why? So the title will be Reflections, and the first paragraph I will call it Thank You. So I'll start thanking the Italian government for this invitation and the Undersecretary who was here. And I would like especially to thank Leonardo and Mr. Alessandro Profumo for this invitation of being here and enjoying listening to and seeing the achievements of cyber technology, which is very important. Indeed, the world has changed, and I will tell you things that are obvious, trivial, but they are important in order to have our overall view. Because our colleague from Accenture was speaking about the generation that starts from the year 2000. Yes, indeed. Every child born starts discovering the world, but the child born after 2000 is discovering two worlds, not one. The one which is the material world that we all live, which is a classical world, will drive with a velocity much lower. All activities are classical. The laws of classical physics, Newtonian physics, apply. But we also live at the same time a non-classical world. And the young child discovers this world. Because one of the first things or channels of discovery is the iPad or a phone that they get from day one. And amazing things happen. For example, for a 2-year-old child, when it starts its life with an iPad, then the child gets a book. One of the first conclusions of the child is that the book is a broken iPad. Because it doesn't work. You try to use your finger. So the child from age 1, 2 lives in two worlds. One is the classical world and the other one is the virtual world, digital world. And it goes on and on and on. We live in a world that you can write music without knowing notes, using the same digital tools. You can paint the painting or design a house without having, and successfully, without having classical education, neither in arts. And amazingly, one of the biggest things in our life has become entertainment, and one of the biggest one is sports. And that's completely new. And I can give you hundreds of examples how in sports, for example, football has become a global phenomenon thanks to digital, thanks to the new life. You go to Mongolia or to Chukotka in the north of Russia, you find boys and girls wearing Manchester United and Barcelona, and they watch football, Barcelona against Real Madrid, and they fight each other because of one believes in one and the other one to another. Or a month ago, Roma, the football club here, signed someone whose name is Henrik Mkhitaryan. He's the captain of the football club of Armenia. Thank you very much. And by signing that, Roma has got several million extra supporters that will support them not only by watching the games of Roma, but buying the shirts and so on and so forth. So Armenia became closer to Italy and closer to Roma because this is a completely different world. And it goes further because the most exciting entertainment is not even football, it's not even Game of Thrones. The most exciting is the one that is interactive, the computer games. Because it's not only you watch, you take participation. And the amazing thing happening now is that worldwide, there are two activities, human activities, that are getting closer and somehow they are merging. And don't be amazed because whatever I will tell you, you know already. It's entertainment and politics. Because politics has huge part of it as an entertainment, and because of that, and it has direct impact and connection to the public. And that's not amazing that we see more and more politicians who are, by their nature being talented, are using the tools of entertainment and communication with the social network very successfully, bypassing traditional institutions, political parties, organizations, and being successful with the public directly. And it's not amazing that you get in a place like Ukraine, president who was playing the role of the president before in a television series, because it's all the features of the new world. And how do we do with our traditional values, for example, democracy? Because the democracy that we see now emerging is a daily democracy, is a real-time democracy. It's not a democracy that you have to exercise your right once or 3 or 5 years and go to the polls and elect a parliamentarian or a president or a prime minister. But it's through social network, you exercise your right every day. And what happens then? What happens then? That we see a lot of examples when the classical democracy, which is in the parliaments and organizations, sometimes has a conflict with the real-time one, which is exercised on the Facebook every day. The politician who was popular is not popular now, parties losing us. So we are emerging a completely new world. And do we have to be afraid of that? No. This is where the word trust comes as well. Why cybersecurity is important here? The cybersecurity is important because so much effort has been put in a form of money, in a form of research to fight with the digital tools, fighting sort of a material issues, which is the protection of a data for the individual or a company, or protecting data for infrastructure, or protect the infrastructure. But the reality is all of this talent and knowledge tomorrow will be needed in order to protect further the social society and the human society in the world, because one of the cyber threats or hacks in our time is the fake news. So what is a fake news? It's the same hacking of truth. So if I take the values, real values of cybersecurity, which is confidentiality, integrity, and availability, am I right? And then it should be applied also to our social life. And here it comes. We ourselves living not one but two lives. The one, which is the real, classical one, and the other one, where we live, is not classical at all, it's a quantum one. Because our speed of movement is with the speed of light. Interaction is multi-interacted. The principle of uncertainty works there. It's a statistical body, and it's in an environment which is not regulated. There are no institutions, there is no United Nations, there is no regulation, and so on and so forth. But we live, and more we're going to live in a virtual life rather than the material. And of course, the virtual life, in the form of a risk, and a global risk, will have direct impact on our material life as well. So welcome to 21st century. Welcome to the mixed life, which is gradually going to become more and more digital. And of course, as our colleague said from RSA, the digital makes risk accelerating. Indeed. But it's not only that the digital accelerates the risks, it changed the whole nature of a risk. This is where I try to explain in my book the mathematics of how the global risks, they behave, because they are digital in many ways, or connectivity, humans themselves even, start acting like elementary particles. So the behavior and the global risks, they become quantum. So in order to understand how we are going to live in this new world of double life, or even more and more in the digital life, and will not be shocked with the acceleration of risks, we should try to understand how the life, human life, works in a digital world, not classical. Now I would like to go again to Mr. Brzezinski, if I'm not mistaken, from Accenture, which said He gave this nice presentation of 19th century, 1920 and 2020. It's interesting because he had this story coming to recession and so on. But that's 1920 or 1910 or 19 up to the end of the 20th century. It was also a century where we saw a phenomena. At the beginning of the 20th century, we were in confusion. Or at least the scientists were in a confusion because we were discovering things that we couldn't explain. Physicists were discovering things that couldn't explain. The structure of the atom, the elementary particles, the way they behave, and the whole logic, philosophy of common sense didn't work. How on earth the same particle could be simultaneously in many places? Because it's against of simple logic. What was happening? A big confusion. Where we are heading? What's happening? And the answer was simple. We have to understand and we have to change ourselves. What happened? We adopted a new philosophy. We adopted a new approach, which was the philosophy and logic of quantum physics. Then it started becoming much more obvious and we started understanding, explaining. And the risks of non-understanding started disappearing. So to conquer risks, we also have to really understand their source, not only on the basis of technological solutions, but the essence, the nature of their source. So, beginning of the 20th century, we had the rise of science because we had a new philosophy of quantum physics. That created everything that we have today. The telephone, the connectivity, the internet, everything. We owe to the revolution that happened 100 years ago. What I'm trying to say, we are on the verge of another revolution of not only scientific discoveries, but of a discovery of our new life that is going not to be classical. It's going to be quantum, because we already live double lives. Now, the second paragraph of my Armenia, I cannot avoid that. Armenia is an example, classical example of 21st century. It's a very old nation, as old as Rome. We're the first Christian state in the world. We have a huge history, but we were always also a global nation. We were traders, trading even early days in medieval ages from China through Samarkand, Bukhara, through Armenia, to Manchester and Lyon and to Rome. I was proud that years ago I was one of the organizers as ambassador to the Holy See, our exhibition which was called Rome, Armenia, 2000 Years of Relations, that we're expecting that whole story. But I do believe that 21st century is a century for a country like Armenia. There are several of them. Why? Because natural resources are not going to be as important as before. They're going to be very important, but there'll be a chance for something else, which is innovation, adaptability. I mean, being adapted and very quickly to the changing world, having innovation, science, technology, and being global. By definition, we are a small state, but a global nation. There are 4 or 5 times more Armenians living worldwide than in the Republic of Armenia. We have inherited and have very high level of education from Soviet Union in natural sciences, mathematics, physics, and so on. And it's an innovative country. You come to Armenia, you'll find fantastic examples of that. For example, and the base, some of the very important ones, the ones that I'm proud of, is on education. Because every revolution starts with a child. Every revolution starts with education. Every change started with their change. We will find in Armenia specific training schools, innovative, that we're exporting now to Paris, to Berlin, to Moscow, a network called TUMO, specific type of, and the number of schools, IB, Quant, and so on. Each of them has an innovative way of teaching and engaging children, and thousands of them. And that's the base for the future. And as President of the Republic, I have my own initiative, which is called ATOM, Advance Tomorrow. Imagine you have a place where children can come and play, by playing discover laws of nature and a lot of engineering skills. Imagine a place that young people can come and visit a museum which is called Museum of Tomorrow. It's about science and technology, but not about the history, but the future, the life that we are going. And imagine a place where they come and see big multinational companies doing R&D in artificial intelligence, mathematics, big data management, cybersecurity. And then a platform where the Armenian American University, Russian University, French University, and others cooperate on R&D. That project is called Atom. It's a presidential initiative, it's on its way. And I'm here also to invite all of you to come to Armenia and to be a part of that project. Then we have a lot of achievements there, including startups. Armenia is a place of a C-Start startup, which is a project where around 1,000 startups come together on a seaside camping, young people, for a week. They live together, there's music, there's all of that stuff. And they communicate. And because there are, a lot of them are Armenian, some of them have a lot of friends in Silicon Valley, because there are 1 million living only in Los Angeles and more in California, and there are thousands working in Silicon Valley. That's the strength of the nation. From that point of view, I do believe that I'm also the president of a startup. And that startup is called Armenia. A young, but an old nation with a lot of skills and know-how, but at the verge of, and with an ambition to become big, like every startup does. So I'm very proud of being a president of a startup, of a country that would like to become a global player in this new 21st century world. And from that point of view, I would like again to thank this wonderful conference for inviting me to speak. At the end of the year, when my book will come, I'll be very happy to come and discuss that with you about the mathematics of human behavior in the 21st century. But in the meantime, I would like to invite all of you to come to Armenia. And I would like to invite the Cybertech to come to Armenia. If Cybertech goes to Africa, it should come to Eurasia as well. And Armenia is the center of Eurasia. We have very close ties with the European Union on the basis of agreement, and we're also a member of the only countries which is also a member of the Eurasia Economic Union. So, by coming to Armenia, which is absolutely a European country and a nation with very nice infrastructure starting from banking and others, and with an ambition of becoming technologically advanced one, I think you will get also full support of the country, government, but personally President as well. So I hope that, not next year, but maybe the next year after, the conference will come to Yerevan. In the meantime, I promise that next year you will have Armenian participants here in a form of different companies. Again, thank you very much. Very nice being here and sharing thoughts with you. And thank you again. Bye-bye.
This is the way we like, and we need to hear leaders of government to talk. Thank you, Mr. President.
Developing technology that enables countries, large organizations that have a lot of regulation and local regulation around security and privacy. So the US, part of them are locally speaking many languages, and the bank needs to comply.
How can you know what Cybertech if you don't understand what is the information? Somebody sending your financial information.
No, I am.
Yes, in a way, and companies actually use that to manage their inventory.
So how big are